Hello guys, welcome back to Life with Paulie. It is currently November 22nd and it's 7:35 p.m. and it is about 36 degrees outside right now. You can see my breath. I think you can see my breath anyway. And I just wanted to give everybody an update. I'm currently inside the tent right now. Now, if you don't know, I have a tent that is set up inside a shed that I currently reside in with my puppy dog. My puppy dog is underneath the covers. But I do have her in my videos. If you would like to see her, you can go back and watch those videos. I'm not going to show her now because she's underneath the covers, all cuddled up to me by my feet. And my feet are pretty warm because I'm covered up with the blanket. I do have a small heater in here. I do not got the heater on now, and I don't usually turn it on, and if I do, it's only for a few minutes because it kind of heats up the tent pretty fast, although the heat doesn't really stay in here. It goes out. I've showed this tent on my YouTube before and how it was insulated, and it is insulated, but it's got a lot of pinholes in it, of course, so you can have air in the tent and so you can breathe. And the pinholes do let a lot of the cold air come in. So what I did was I tried to put up some plastic tarps. If you can see here, there's a tarp right here on the wall. And then I put a tarp over there on that wall. And I put something back on this wall to try to keep the cold out. I did have a tarp up on top of the tent also to try to keep more of the cold out. But what happened was, because of me breathing and the dog breathing, and it being cold out, it got really damp in here and really wet in here. And the walls of the tent got really wet. The blankets and stuff didn't get wet, or the mattress didn't get wet or anything like that, because I got a mattress cover over our mattress inside the tent. But the walls and everything got really damp and they got really wet. So I had to take the plastic down from the roof of the tent, which is up there, of course. I had to take the blankets down the plastic off of the roof. And I can't put any more plastic up here in the tent, because of the simple fact is, because of me and her breathing and it being 40 degrees, it's making the tent get wet and damp, and I can't have that happen, because then of course you would get mold and stuff, and I don't want that happening. So I had to take that all down. I do have this right here, which is, I don't know if you could see that or not. This is a thing that you can get off of Amazon, but it takes a while for these to work. It takes a good while for these to work. These are actually a thing that absorbs the moisture. I bought those, but it takes a while to work. So yeah. But I just wanted to give everybody an update. I'm still currently looking for an apartment. I'm very serious about getting an apartment now. I think that's the route to go and get me out of this situation. If you don't know, I decided to move into my car and do the nomad life after my mom passed away of cancer. And I've been doing this life now for over a year. I've been living outside. Most of the time I lived in my car. Last winter I did go to my brother's house for a while during the winter time, but that did not work out. He didn't live alone. He lives with 2 other roommates. It just was a mess. It didn't work out. Plus there was things wrong with the house. They had bugs in the house, and I just couldn't deal with that. So I came out here on my daughter's property outside, and luckily I bought this tent before my car broke down. I bought this fishing tent. It is totally enclosed. The fishing tent is totally enclosed, and then I have it set up inside a shed for the winter time. But yeah, I'm currently looking for an apartment. I have other people that are looking out for an apartment for me. But at this time, it's very hard to find an apartment, especially one where I could just talk to the landlord, you know what I mean? Talk to the landlord, give the landlord, here's your security rent, let me move in, that's all I want. I don't want to go through all the bull crap of an application and all the bull crap of, you know, references here, references there. And that's kind of hard too, to find a landlord like that will just let you move in with security and rent and whatever the case may be. You know, it's very hard to find a place. Another reason why it's hard to find an apartment right now is because of the simple fact is a lot of them don't want pets. A lot of apartments don't want pets or smoking. I don't smoke, but I do have Annabelle, my pet dog, and I will not get rid of her for anybody. If I have to stay in a tent all winter, I will stay in the tent all winter. I will not get rid of my dog. I love her to death. She's the only thing that I got left. I've had her now for about 8 years, I think, and she's my baby, and I will not get rid of her for nobody. And another reason is because I'm on disability. I can only afford about $800 a month, and that is if nothing is included. If nothing is included, about the most I can afford is $800 a month, because of course I would have to pay electric and stuff like that myself. So it's kind of hard to find an apartment for rent for $800 a month, and don't need all those qualifications, you know what I mean? I could pass a background check and things like that. I have no problem doing that. But with credit, my credit is bad, and my credit is bad from when I was younger. You know, I was one of them people that was stupid and got credit cards and used the credit cards, and one of those people that didn't pay his bills on time, you know, except for like electric and phone bills and stuff like that. I've always paid those on time, like electric and phone bills and things like that. I've always paid those on time. I've always paid my rent on time. My last apartment I had, I was there 8 years, I think. 8 years, and I always paid my rent on time. My bills come first. But when I was younger, I didn't do that. I got credit cards, things like that, and didn't pay them. And that's where I am at right now. You know, and being on disability, I can't pay off my old bills. And even if I paid off my old bills, which I owe about $5,000 probably in debt to different companies, you know, I do owe a cable bill and things like that. I mean, little things like that, like a cable bill and things like that, I do owe. But I don't owe like an electric bill or a phone bill or anything like that. But like I said, you know, with being on disability, it's kind of hard to pay rent for a place or pay for a place to stay and pay off credit card debt or whatever kind of debt that you have. And I have like $5,000 worth of debt. So one of the problems I'm having is I can't go to a realtor because realtors, they want credit. They want landlord references. I have a good landlord reference, but the problem with that is I've been at my daughter's over a year now, and I don't even know the old landlord's phone number anymore because my phone broke and I don't have his phone number anymore. If I gave a landlord the phone number, he would gladly give him a reference, but now I don't have that anymore because my phone broke, so I don't have his number anymore. And I rented off of him for 8 years. So it's been very hard. So, you know, one of my things to people out there is if you're a younger person and you're thinking about getting credit cards and things like that, don't do that. Don't get credit cards and stuff like that. Try to work for your money and pay your bills on time and pay your bills when you're supposed to pay them. And don't go do stupid things or buy stupid things. Because you're going to just find yourself in a predicament when you get older that it's going to affect your life like it's affected mine. Now I'm on disability, so it's hard to pay that $5,000 off. It would be hard to pay that off. Especially with me wanting to get an apartment and having to pay security and rent, you know. I do have money already saved for security and rent. If an apartment came up right now for $800 a month, I would definitely have the $1,600 to give them security and rent and move right in. But I'm having a hard time finding them. I'm even looking into the cities close by where my daughter lives. I live in Coxsackie, New York. I've even looked into Albany, New York, which I don't really want to live in Albany, New York, because Albany, New York is a very bad place to live. They have high crime, they have shootings every day and murders every day, and I didn't really want to go that route, but if I have to, I will. Whatever is best for me and whatever is best for my dog. You know, I loved living this lifestyle, don't get me wrong, and I love being here during the summertime. I love being outside all the time, which I'm outside most of the time, all the time, except for now because it's wintertime. Right now, like I said, it's 36 degrees. It ain't too bad in here. But in a few more days, it's supposed to drop to 23 again. So I know those nights are going to be very cold. I'm going to have to stay underneath the sleeping bag and in the sleeping bag with the dog and underneath the covers. So, yeah. Another reason why I want an apartment is because I got doctor's appointments and things like that, and I don't want to leave Annabelle or my dog out in the cold. Of course, she's not out in the cold. The cage is inside the shed. And the shed is a little bit warmer than outside, but it's still cold in here. When it's 23 degrees outside, it's still cold in the tent here. And it's still cold in the shed. You know, it's not, because the shed is not totally insulated. And I've showed the shed in my other videos. And the door on the shed doesn't totally shut. So I have a tarp up there right now blocking out the air and blocking out the cold, but it still gets cold in here because the shed is not totally insulated and there's no heat in the shed. I do have a little heater right there, if you could see that, black heater. I do have a little heater right there, but even when I turn that on I can only turn it on for about 10 minutes and then it gets really hot in here. But it doesn't last very long. It lasts maybe about 15 minutes and then it gets cold in here again. So I'm just hunkering down and keeping things real and just trying to really find an apartment right now. I just want out of this situation. I want to be back into an apartment. You know, because I feel like right now I'm kind of trapped, especially being in a tent. Because I can't be outside, not when it's 15 degrees outside. I can't sit outside for 3 hours or 4 hours, you know what I mean? So now I got to be trapped in a tent for hours. That's not good for me. It's not good for Annabelle, you know. I mean, she likes to be underneath the covers anyway. She don't like to go outside when it's 15 degrees. She would rather stay underneath the covers and stay warm. So that's where I'm at right now, and I will be having an update on the live streams that I'm doing at night. The live streams that I'm doing at night are going to be stopping, and I will explain more about that later in another video. They will be stopping after tonight, the live streams. But if you go on my channel and you go to my live streams, you can always watch the ASMR videos, the light rain videos. I have videos of the water flow sounds and the beach sounds. I have those on my lives. So if you go to my homepage on my YouTube and you go to the live tab on my homepage on YouTube, you can find my live videos and watch them at night when you're going to sleep or while you're working or if you're meditation or for relaxation. You can always come to my channel, go to the live tab on my channel and replay those lives over again to listen to them at night. They're very soothing and very relaxing for you. You can even listen to them, like I said, while you're working. It could be relaxing to you. Someone made a comment earlier that she was going to watch one of them. She said she just got up and she seen one of my videos and watched it, and she was starting to fall asleep again when she just got up, and she said she would watch it later. So my live streams that I do at night, they're going to be stopping, but they will always be on my channel, so you can watch them over and over again and again and again. Please do that. I'm going to be doing some different things with my channel. One of them might be movie reviews I'm going to be doing, since I'm going to be in a tent a lot more now. I might do some movie reviews, so if you're interested in listening to me talk about different movies and suggest different movies to you, since it's going to be winter here. Well, it's winter in New York. I don't know about where you are, but in New York right now, it's winter. It's going to be winter. There's going to be snow on the ground. There's going to be people out there that just want to stay home, relax, watch movies. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I'm going to be starting to do some movie reviews, movie suggestions to you. I will never suggest a movie to you that I do not like myself or that I wouldn't watch myself. I'm never going to suggest a bad movie to you. Now, I know everybody's got their own taste in movies, so, you know, you might have your own opinion on it, and that's fine. But I will be doing movie reviews and movies suggestions to you soon. So keep that in mind, guys. Just wanted to give everybody an update. Much love to all. Please remember, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below.